Oh, I lost my. Oh, come on. This is actually fun. I got this. Yeah,
Can I sit over here?
Not really, that's the fun part.
Wow.
You're stuck. You know, it's like our stuff, right? Go like this. Use your thumbs. Well, no, push your fingers together. Use your thumbs to push it. Somebody told me that. Don't call me. But not right there. Not right there. Somebody told me.
Sure.
Thank you.
I know. I don't think anybody's online yet.
Oh my God.
Are you a good Zoom user?
What do you mean? Remember music?
I don't know why the little thing isn't there.
You wanna, yeah.
Have you seen the poster?
Yes.
That's the song, that's why I'm like.
Okay, are you gonna be able to come back?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my, okay. And I figured the share screen. Duh. Share screen. Let's do the desktop.
Have you seen Good Trouble? Is it the
I don't need one.
I want to actually see I just don't like that. Which, wait, the one.
I want to-
No, that's not.
See if any. So, yeah, there. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, of course.
I guess, right? No, she's always been moving. She is me up to put herself. I didn't like how the was in there.
That's her.
So at the food fest, I was really proud of how knowledgeable. I was joking at the end, but did you notice that it was East of Guatemala, they're speaking a lot, and the most intelligent comments of all. So this is going to be 30.
I want that frame.
It's going to be a pretty busy class. And so if you take notes on your computer or in a notebook, ideally from now on, you should have a notebook and a computer. Okay, so a notebook because you're going to take a notebook with you to Washington, but a computer just so that you're going to be looking up things. Some people might not have anything.
Oh, I have my phone, I'll be fine.
Okay, okay, so this is the largest group of, I think there's 20 students there. So maybe we might outdo them, I don't know, but maybe. Okay, let's see if my little mouse will be able to change the slide. No, could you hit, oh, yep, it can, never mind. Okay, so ideally, you should have a notebook and a computer. Notebook, I just said that, I have to repeat it. Okay, so what I need you to do now is to think and be honest. Are you able to get away from work or school all day on Friday, April 26th? So for instance, Gabby said that she had to be back by 5. So I told her, don't come. Okay. So you really have to be able to go from 7:45 till 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. She was going to take the train back, but that's really not worth it. So it's no judgment. I know some of you might have jobs you can't get away from, things like that. But I really need to know yes or no today. And so what I'd like you to do is either answer me now if you're on Zoom in private chat, or text me, or somehow get a message to me. Yes, I absolutely can go, or no, I can't go. So Jenny can't get off from work, so she's not going to go. Okay, that's fine. I think of this as like a play, and the director just needs to know how many people are in the cast. It could be a 1-person play, a 3-person play, a 10-person play, but the director needs to know, and it can't be kind of like squishy. So tonight I'm going to make up the groupings, I made up a tentative grouping. But it's gonna be a 3-hour van ride, 3 to 11. And then you're gonna be, I'll show you what's gonna happen. So that's the capital district. The center is where the capital is. Philadelphia is up this way. Okay, so we're gonna come down 95 and we're gonna go and park our van on the roof of the train station, which is like 30th Street. So they have a parking lot up on the top, and that's where we're gonna park. Then we're gonna walk couple blocks to the Senate. Then we're gonna have lunch, and then we're gonna walk to the House of Representatives. And then we're gonna walk back to Union Station. We're gonna get in the van and come home. So there's a lot of walking. And so this is what it's gonna be like. Tiara, are you ready? So we're gonna park at 11. We're gonna meet with the senator at noon. We're gonna have lunch at 1. We're gonna meet with a member of the House at 2. We're gonna go back to the van. You see that, Tiara? That's where we're gonna meet in the Senate. Then we're gonna have lunch there. We're gonna go down there to the House of Representatives. Then we're gonna go back to the van. You approve? Kind of mine. Now,
Just have all the arrows.
on my computer, it looked much nicer. Is that right? That's kind of a scary picture.
That's not a picture, it's him.
Video.
It's a video.
That's video. I know, but it looked like he was embalmed or something. Does everybody know that Ray is suffering badly from a femur nerve? Did you know that?
No.
He's like limping
What?
badly.
A femur nerve?
A femur nerve.
I have a pinched femoral nerve. It'll be past in a few days.
I was like, your femur's a bone.
That's what I thought, yes. a femoral nerve.
Bone.
Okay. Sorry, pants.
I can just look at it.
I never took biology.
I've never pinched my femur.
Anyway. I want you to look up who your federal representatives are. So to do that, I want you to do this. I want you to Google those words. Find your representative's common cause. Find your representative's common cause. Put that in the Google search. So then once you get to the common cause link in Google, they're going to ask you to type in your address. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, type in your address. And then once you type in your address, you'll go to a next page and you'll have some choices. Click on federal. And you'll see something that looks like this. Mike, is it?
No.
Not yet? When you connect?
No.
No. You pay your bill or something?
Yeah.
I think you two are the same. You do each other something.
No.
I mean, at home.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I never- well,
See, I'm not.
He never should.
Oh, yeah, right about that. Right.
Okay, everybody but Mike get this far.
Thank you.
In trouble. What do I do?
Yes.
Find your
Let's do
representative.
that first.
I did.
Like a buzz.
Did,
So if you type, find your representative, common
Oh,
cause.
fine, you.
this.
You good? Okay, so this is, I typed in my address, and so I have a president. Anybody have Joe Biden? Okay, Kamala Harris. And then, believe it or not, everybody in here except one person is from Pennsylvania. There's one person from Delaware. Who is the person from Delaware? Troublemaker. Okay, so we all have the same senator except her, Bob Casey, and no-face John Fetterman. Okay, I happen to have Mary Gay Scanlon as my member of the House of Representatives. So all of us have two senators and one member of the House of Representatives. How many of you knew that? You have two senators and one member of the House. You look very concerned about that.
Oh, no, I was just looking at the different.
What, at Delaware? Yeah, it's really weird, isn't it? Okay, so we know now who are, so we're gonna meet with, everybody but her is gonna meet with Casey, Fetterman, and your House member. We have different House members because we live in different parts of Pennsylvania. Oops, okay, let's go. So write down or remember who your two senators are and who's your House member. I want to go around the room, starting with Faith.
You want to say the rep, because we all have the same thing.
Just the House member, rep. Chrissy Goulan. You're the only one who has Chrissy Goulan. Mike, did you find out?
No, I'm black.
I looked it up for you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you later. Who's your House? You and me.
Very good.
Mary Gay Scanlon, we share the member of the House. Very good. I knew there was something about us.
Madeline Dean.
Madeline Dean, excellent.
So I just regained my vision. How do I?
Where do you live?
One channel? It's a miracle. Yes.
Madeline Dean, yours is the same.
Yeah, we both have, I knew that. Okay, Charlotte. I'm asking the question, I'm not gonna ask it one more time. Who's your rep?
It should be, I thought it was, what's his name, Casey, because Casey's only people I know for, the other guy, I don't know his name. It's somebody to me, but.
It came up.
The one all the way at the bottom,
It didn't come up for me like that.
the one all the way at the bottom,
No, she's scrolling like to hell.
Oh,
It should be the
it's the last one.
fifth person down on
it's
your
like
phone.
Crystal Window Bottom. Wait, that's the person? That's not my person.
No. Who's after Fetterman?
That's not my person.
Wait, way up, way up, way up, way up.
Wait up. At the bottom.
She has like the garbage collector on hers. There's Casey, there's Fetterman. That person. Okay, let's go. And who's your person? We're all Mary Gay Scanlon. Okay, who's yours?
The white and.
Dwight Evans, excellent. Yes, absolutely, right?
Mary Gates.
Us too. Okay, very popular.
Joy, a smoker.
Say it louder.
Joy, a smoker.
Oh, yeah, you're from Lancaster or something? What, say his last name loud.
A smoker.
Smucker.
Smoke.
Not any rhymes with something else.
That sounds
It does sound like fun, but his name is Smucker. Okay, so can all of you remember that?
Yes.
I don't remember it for you, but anyway. Okay, let's go on. Now,
What?
question,
So we're speaking to Casey, we're speaking to Fetterman, we're speaking to Mary Gray.
Mary Gay Scanlon.
Okay.
Wait, so it's literally just gonna be me in the room with her?
So you're gonna, we have time in this class, I'm gonna explain everything. Okay.
Go ahead.
So depending on how many of us go, and for those of you who came in late, I need to know yes or no, are you able to go on the 26th? No judgment, no evil eye. If you can't go for some work reason, that's fine, but I need to know. And I need to know tonight, because tomorrow I'm gonna make the casting of the play, okay? So depending on how many of you say yes and go, you'll either have 3 meetings with both your senators and your House rep. Or if the group is too large, I'm gonna split the visits and you're only gonna visit 2 senators or maybe 1 senator and 1 rep. So I have to figure out tonight what the groupings are gonna be. Okay. So that will depend on how many of you can commit to the trip. Guys, 3 of you ask a question, you're complicated. Good, okay. So I need to know tonight how many of you can commit to the trip. I'm not pushing anyone to go. All I need is a clear idea of numbers. It's like a play, like I said, it could be a 1-person play, 2-person, blah, blah, blah. So if everyone came, it would look like this. We would have 2 groups. And this would be the Casey team that would meet with Casey at noon, and the other half would meet with Fetterman at noon, okay? And the people in the class are Katira, Kevin, and Tiara in that group. And in this group, it's Jake, Omar, Anna, and Michael. Now, it would be nice if other people came, and they're certainly welcome, but, you know, I'm depending on you guys. So this would be the noon meeting if we had a big group of people. In other words, like Casey doesn't want to have 20 people coming into their office. It's too big. So I got to make it smaller. So if a lot of people go, this is the way we'll do it. And I'll come back to this because you're going to make phone calls and emails tonight too. Tomorrow. Okay, then at 2 o'clock, these are going to be the house teams. We have the pink team, the green team, the blue team, the yellow team, and the black team. Okay. So the blue team and the captain is Omar. And he has on his team Tony, Alex, Jinx, Angelica, and Dominique. Okay. Then we have the green team, Michael, Arlinda, and Tiara. And then we have the blue team, and Katira is the captain. Here, they're gonna have to decide captains because we have 2 people. So Katira, Shayla, and Janae. And then we have the yellow team of Scanlon, Kevin, Jake, Anna, Chalicetta, and Gabby, who's not gonna go. Then we have these people, the black team.
Oh.
The black team with 1 white person. Who have 3 separate representatives. So I got this idea. You 3 are gonna go to Smooker, to Blunt Rochester, and to Houlihan. And only one of you is the constituent, but you're gonna say, I brought my 2 friends along for moral support.
Sorry, yes.
Okay, so it's gonna be you 3 going together. Hang up on that. Okay. Faith, you kind of get that now? Okay, yeah.
What are the numbers, like 11 and 6?
So they're in the 11th district in Pennsylvania, 6th district, 5th district, 3rd district, yeah. Okay. So you can see why tonight I want to find out if Gabby isn't going, I'm gonna cross her off. If other people aren't going, and then I might rearrange the groups for the senators. Yeah, Faith.
This is kind of off topic. Do you want me to wait?
How off topic is it?
Well, I was just wondering, do you know, are the numbers for the population, like it's the 6th largest district in the state, 11?
Okay, so every 10 years when a census is made,
Yeah,
the districts get redistricted.
yeah.
So Pennsylvania is losing population, so we lose a representative.
I know, but like, is that what the numbers, like, why are they called the 6th district, the 10th district?
Because after this census, we had, 38 representatives. And they just number them,
Oh, okay, so it's like numbers, okay.
just the number.
So they're just giving.
And Delaware is so small and it's just small that they have only one representative and 2 senators. Oh my God, come in. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Wow, so professional. So, Katira's group just grew by 1. So Katira, Shayla, and Janae. But Katira is still the boss. Okay. Kevin.
You.
No, it's.
Well, you 3 are gonna have to fight. It's either gonna be on Jake or Kevin. So you could do like scissors, paper, rock, paper, scissors, or something like that. Yeah. But was it?
My favorite game.
Yeah, mine too. Okay. Don't get power hungry though, Kevin. Now, this is gonna change. Anaya,
Yes, so.
and I'm going to send out a new one tomorrow. Okay? Good. So just to summarize, we're working out the trip on April 26th. And I just need to know from everybody, yes or no, definitely, if they're gonna go or not, just so I can arrange my teams, okay? So no pressure on anybody, but I just have to have like, who's gonna go where? You think you're gonna go? Oh, geez. Wow. Man,
Yeah, I got it on my calendar. Yeah.
amazing, amazing, okay. Your representative is Dwight Evans. Okay. Now, let's move on. So is everybody kind of understanding what I'm doing here?
Yes.
Yeah. This is not okay. Let's see if it's upside down. Now, I'm gonna go. Oh, she's doing that. My mouse was moving and I wasn't touching my mouse because she's on my computer.
So on my side, he will be available, and Dominique said, I think I'm available to go. I just have to make sure I don't have any.
Okay, that's good.
items.
Thank you. I'll make a note of that. Good. So let me go back. Can you push the up arrow, please? I'm going to go to the previous, so that arrow, those 4 arrows that go up, down, left, right, go up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about this one. It didn't work though. You're talking about-
Go left.
The other left.
Neither one worked. Or if you
No.
want to go the other way.
Yeah, let's go the other way. Good. Back, no, you're going forward.
Okay, there it is.
There.
There we go. All right, you had to click the screen first before it worked. I don't know why.
Now, what I would have ideally liked to do is, I was gonna say, get in your groups, but Omar would be, there is nobody present from this group. Dominique's on the line. These 3 people should sit together. And what I want to do, so what you're gonna have to do is, I want each group to pick out the most persistent and confident person, because you're going to be calling the Senate and the House. And typically, it might take 10 phone calls to finally get an appointment. So if you have feelings that are easily bruised, or if like me, you have phone phobia, you don't like to talk on the phone, don't do it. But if you're a confident person who can be kind of a pain in the butt and will stick with it, and even if the secretary who answers the phone is nasty to you, you're okay. You're not gonna get nasty back to her. You're just gonna be persistent. So I need 5 people there, and then I need 2 of the senators. Who in here thinks, who among, let's start at the Black group, who here feels confident, can be persistent, but not nasty? You know, Joanne, Anaya, or Faith?
I know I can,
You know, you can,
but I don't know, I feel like Faith got it in her too, not gonna lie.
you know what? Since you're all in 3 different districts, each one of you is gonna make your own phone call.
Why can't I thought anyway,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
like I don't.
yeah.
He started that, I was like,
Why don't do that to her?
No, I agree with you. Each of you is gonna make your own. Okay, who among here do you think is the most persistent but pleasant person who will not take no for an answer and will definitely get an appointment? Kevin, Gabby, Shalicetta, Jake, or Anna?
I think Charles says.
Okay,
I feel like she's friendly, she'll keep pushing.
okay, Shalicetta. Okay, for Evans, Katira, Shayla, or Janae?
I mean, cause I'll get irritated.
That's what we
That's
need.
why.
You gotta channel that irritation and calling them again.
Is Katira getting chosen by acclamation? Is that what we're hearing?
Oh, it's Mary, I got Mary.
Yeah,
Can they say no?
who?
Like, if you call, can they be like, no, she's too busy, or he's too busy?
No, you're asking to speak with a staff member.
Okay, so like, no one's gonna say no to you.
No, but they might tell you to call back, write an email, and then they'll say, oh, we didn't get the email. And they'll say, oh, we lost the memo. Could you do everything again?
So just.
So then what would?
It's like asking for a refund from like the airline or something.
Okay, so like, don't hang up the phone until they say you're coming at this time.
I mean, it might take 10 repeat calls.
We're just gonna.
Yeah,
I'll
yes.
figure it out.
Can we
Can I ask
tag
something
team
to
it?
that for her?
But
So, can I ask something, so I've done this before, and like, they're gonna constantly, like, they will tell you, like, oh, we didn't get your email, or, well, like, he has the email, so before you decide to make the call, just have your email prepared. Like, prepare it and be ready to change it as much as possible to keep sending, because they will keep sending, it's a pain, actually, to get an appointment, so, yeah, just be ready to be patient and do it.
yeah, it's like asking for a refund.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Okay,
Can we tag team the phone calls?
but
Can we tag team the phone calls?
no, one person should be responsible. Yeah, one person. Did we choose somebody here for Dean yet? I've lost track. No, Tiara, Arlinda, and Michael.
I used to be customer service for
There you go.
Oh,
5 years. So.
you're good. You're golden.
So,
Okay, I should answer.
And who should do it here? Dominique and Angie, Jinx, Alex, Tony, or Omar?
good at that. I
Jinx.
can see it.
Okay, how else like ever, all the good people are in that.
I know, right? Alex is there, Miss Angie is there.
I say.
Any of them could do it, maybe not
Yeah.
Jinx, I feel like I like.
Yeah, he just started his own business. He doesn't have time to do
And
this.
he can't, yeah.
Alex might be able to do it.
And neither can Angie, I feel like all the other ones.
Please take that off the street.
What if we chose Omar since he's getting
I
credit?
say Omar.
Would Omar work?
Wait, what
That
am
was
I
too
doing out
nice.
here?
Or is he too sweet?
I think he's way too.
Yeah, well, my like, okay, thank you.
God bless.
I think somebody was talking on there.
Wait, I saw my name pop up, but I don't know why. I didn't figure it out. No, I don't know why. They put, I don't know.
This could be the sweetheart, yeah, we agree.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure that one out. I might just appoint somebody, but. Okay, now how do we go back? I want to go back to the sentence.
Yeah, sure.
How do we go? How do we go back?
You're probably good at it.
So to touch the screen first.
Uh,
Yeah, all of us are all timid and we're all spread out.
I don't like talking.
Okay, now that we've solved the representatives, let's solve the Senate.
Kevin or Tiara.
Or Katir, is Katir doing something already? Did we choose Katir for doing something?
I
I can't remember.
Nobody, y'all just sat there.
Yeah, like we do.
Okay, Kevin, you're gonna be Senator Casey.
But I can talk.
You're gonna make the appointment. What is he saying?
He said it's easy, that's light.
Okay, wanna do mine?
That's what.
Okay.
He does not
And-
at all.
Are we all nominating Jake to make the appointment for Fetterman?
Sure.
Okay, by acclamation. Now. Can everybody? This is online, by the way, so you could be looking at this on, like if you went to the homework for today and click the link, it'll take you to this. So I figured it out. Casey wants to get you to click on this link to make an appointment. And he asks, who do you want it with? And you should say, staff member about foreign assistance. You want to speak to a staff member about foreign assistance, not Senator Casey. Senator Casey might be free in like September. Where do you want to meet? We want to meet in Washington, not in Philadelphia. Okay. When? April 26th at noon. I might change this tonight. And what do you want to talk about? We want to discuss long-term foreign aid for Central America. Fetterman, however, doesn't have a link like that. He has a phone number. So if you have Fetterman, but the questions are the same. Okay. Omar, you're going to use this link here. Boyle House Gov contact request an appearance. And you want to meet with the staff about foreign assistance. You guys are going to flip a coin, I guess, or no, it's rock, paper, scissors. Madeline Dean wants you to phone. You want a meeting with the staff, saying blah, blah, blah. Dwight Evans, he has a link, meeting with staff, blah, blah, blah. Scanlon has a phone number, meeting with staff. And you guys look them up, look them up, look them up. Him, her. He's a him. She's a her, she's a her. Yes.
What do you mean, look at
Go on, find their website, like Representative Smucker. Go to their page, look for the word contact, and then see what they say for contact. Any problem, just text me. Okay. Okay, yes, Kevin.
So what did I have to do for mountain? Just making sure.
Yeah, so Kevin,
The link.
you had a link.
Okay.
What were you doing? Were you Casey or Fetterman? Casey? Yeah, so you're gonna click the link.
Yes.
It was gonna be, you'll see something on his page like request a meeting. And then you wanna fill it out. You want a meeting with staff about foreign assistance. Not about social security, not about welfare, not about parking problems, foreign assistance, that's the key. Where? DC, not up here in the district. When? April 26th, 2 p.m. And why? Because you want to discuss this. Long-term foreign aid for Central America.
Is that like the?
Wait till tomorrow, because I'm going to send you another email after I find out who is or is not going.
So the second link, JC, is that for the, to call, Mary and other people, or just?
You said the second link,
Get the second link, it would start.
this one here,
Yeah,
this is for Dwight Evans.
oh, it's one.
Yeah, so I should have maybe drawn a line. Tiara, you didn't tell me to draw a line. I should have made a box
Should be.
so that all of these are associated with these.
Should make it really bright.
Yeah, I know. I slacked. What can I say?
It's still very organized.
Thank you. Okay. Any questions? Did you say that you have lobbied already once,
Yeah, I did it 3 times.
3 times with who?
I did it with Mary twice. I actually did one with Bill, that's, the first one wasn't Bill, the second one wasn't Bill. It was for the keep driving people for a bill.
Okay,
We get one for that, and then I did one for ITJ, which is for immigration.
yes.
Yeah, and also climate change.
Okay, perfect. I see you're pro. You went last year, Faith. You went last year. You've gone. Yeah, okay. So we have some pros in here. Now, here's what we're gonna do. Well, okay. April 4th, we're gonna meet in here. I'm going to invite somebody who works in the legislature, okay? Who knows these people that you're gonna be trying to meet with. He knows the staff. His name's Johnny. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna give you the nuts and bolts, how to do it. He also knows these people, so if you haven't made your appointment by the next class, so next Thursday, there's no class. Everybody know that? Easter Bunny? Very religious, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no class, then the following Thursday is April 4th. Johnny's gonna come here. He knows these people, and if you haven't made an appointment by then, he will give you their home phone number. Okay? He's not gonna give you the home phone number, he's gonna give you, he's going to talk to them first and say, hey, why aren't you answering Kevin's phone? Get with it. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. So make sure you find.
He's probably gonna be like, yo, bro. When she gonna send some money their way to Guatemala, bro.
You should be a voice thing.
I think he said, for sure, send that money back.
He's bigger than you, Kiara, watch out.
So I'm like, what you trying
Okay.
Stop.
So April 4th, we're gonna have class in here, Ray's gonna be here, and Johnny's coming, and he's gonna help you out. He's also gonna give like a little practice session with you. I am gonna be on Zoom, I am babysitting in Los Angeles, so I will be a little box up on the screen.
For your babysit.
Huh? My granddaughter.
Really, that's cool. You gonna be in Venice?
No, we're gonna be in Malibu.
Oh,
No,
damn.
you ought to see me out there on that surfboard. Just get that picture. Oh my God, it's scary. Don't, that's like, you're gonna have nightmares thinking about that. Okay. I have made for you a sheet that has a lot of what you're gonna need to study. And I'm gonna put, guys, I'm gonna send this sheet to you by email after class. So if you take these and pass them back, if you take these and pass them back.
Oh, it's Mr. Triple.
Me too. Thank you. Okay, so let's look at page 1. So for next class, I want you to study pages 1 and 2 well, skip page 3, and then understand pages 4, 5, and 6. So what are we going to talk about when we go to Congress? We have to talk about something that they're debating now and that they're going to vote on now. We could go and talk about, like stories, just like rambling on of things that are, important to you. But if they're not voting on it, you don't really care about it. Okay, so it's whatever is up for a vote. And one of the big things that's up for a vote is the foreign aid budget, which one political party wants to cut by 6%. Now, how big is our foreign aid budget? Either in percentage or in billions. You know it, you've taken this 3 times.
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%. Okay. How about in billions? Anybody know in billions? But, well, it was 75 for including diplomacy and things like that, but just to help poor people around the world, it's about 30 billion. One party wants to cut that by 6%, not increase it, but cut it. They want to let the kids in Gaza not have food. If you can imagine. If you can imagine. So we need to stand up for people who can't stand up for themselves. And what's up for a vote is a thing called the Farm Bill. Let me explain to you what the Farm Bill is, because it's really crazy. The Farm Bill is one of the biggest pieces of legislation. Everybody look at me. Focus on me, I love your attention. Yeah. So the Farm Bill is this huge piece of legislation that was started to help farmers in the United States. A lot of farmers in the United States, and they have a lot of political power. So although Wyoming has like fewer people than Upper Darby, like Upper Darby has more people than the state of Wyoming. Wyoming has 2 senators, just like Pennsylvania. So the small number of people who are farmers have a lot of political power. And so there's a lot of states in the middle of the country that are full of farmers that voted for this humongous farm bill every 5 years. And what that means is if there's like a big flood in Iowa, the federal government gives them money to make up for the crops that they lost, which is nice if you're a farmer. But how many of us, if there's a problem, is a federal government bailout? Okay, so this is this huge bailout for problems that farmers might have, or the Farm Bill. At one point, a little bit of the Farm Bill was allocated for food for foreign countries, for poor people abroad. And the idea was the federal government would pay the farmers to grow more corn than was actually needed to eat. So they had all this corn left over, like silos and silos of corn. And the federal government, and farmers couldn't sell it, but the federal government said, we'll buy it and we'll send it to the Dominican Republic. We'll buy it and we'll send it to whatever country, okay? And so it was a way of helping the farmers because the farmers were getting paid for this excess corn and the food was going to the countries, the poor countries. Sounds good. And if there's like a crisis in a poor country, maybe food is good. But what happens to the farmers in that country when all of this food is coming from the United States? What's going to happen to the farmers in their own country? Michael?
They won't have a job.
They won't have a job because the food is coming for free from the United States. And the farmers say, I just grew this and I have no place to sell it because people are getting it for free. So this went on for many years. Gradually, we are trying to get not the corn to come over, but we're trying to get a portion of that money that would go for paying for the corn, the money to be sent to the farmers so that they can build up their own farms. Okay, so that's kind of what we're trying to do. So local production, increasing the capacity of people already in the countries who know how to farm, but don't have maybe the money for new technology, maybe don't know what the weather reports are because they don't have a computer. So all of these things that would help them become better farmers. Am I making it make sense? Yeah. Am I making it make sense to you? Okay. So obviously the farmers in the United States don't like this. They want their corn to be paid for and sent over. But all we're asking for is a little bit of that money. We'll still say, okay, we'll take some of the corn, but can we have please a little bit of money to help the people improve their own growing capacity? Okay, so inside the Farm Bill, which is this big, and it's mostly to help United States farmers, there's a portion that goes to 3 or 4 programs. And so these are the 3 or 4 programs that we want to support. page 2. In the middle. See where it says Farm Bill programs? There's a program called Food for Peace, Food for Progress, and McGovern Food for Education. So McGovern Food for Education is like a school lunch program around the world. Food for Peace and Food for Progress are kind of similar. It's really helping farmers become better farmers and grow their own food. And those are portions, like small portions of the Farm Bill. And so those are the things that we want to support. Now, how does, so exactly, so there's these 3 little programs inside the Farm Bill that go to help farmers become better farmers on their own. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Okay. Now, how does this connect with migration? Like, I thought I was gonna talk about migration. I thought I was gonna talk about climate change. I thought I was gonna talk about women. I thought I was gonna talk about kids. How does talking about McGovern Dole or Food for Peace or Food for Progress have anything to do with climate change? She says it has everything to do.
Well, what we just talked about in, with the CRS, like the whole thing, like we're talking about how there's multiple factors, not only climate change, but also the people.
Right.
And what we do.
Right.
So
You can help a farmer improve the quality of his soil. With planting plants that will have stronger roots, so that when a flood comes, it'll hang on to the soil, the roots will hang on to the soil. So that's climate change, but it's better farming techniques. Okay. How does it help education of children? Well, obviously, if kids have wider diversity of food, they're gonna be healthier kids, okay? So all of these things kind of connect with what your focus was, whether it was women, children, etc. So pages 1 and 2, if you really study those 2 pages really well, it'll help you understand what we're gonna be talking about. Skip page 3, which is kind of technical. And then page 4. This is going to be kind of like what a meeting is like. So think of your group of 3 people, 4 people, or 5 people as like a team. And you're going to have a captain who's going to go in the room first, shake a person's hand, introduce the whole group, and then you're going to have people playing different positions. And so during April, we're going to figure out what your position is going to be, what your position is going to be. So one of you is going to tell a story. One of you is going to be the person who is the expert on facts and figures. So each of you is going to have your own little specialty in the group. So you're going to come in, you're going to frame the meeting, you're going to begin, like Kevin, you're the captain of one of the teams. So you're going to walk in first, you're going to introduce yourself, you're going to thank the person for talking about global hunger and poverty. You're going to tell them about Cabrini. You're going to tell them about Cabrini's dedication to justice. You're going to talk about Mother Cabrini and she's a patron saint of immigrants. So you're going to kind of like tell this person who doesn't know anything about Cabrini University and Mother Cabrini, give them some background. Okay? And then you're going to say, I'm here with these, 3 people, and each of them is going to talk about different aspects of the Farm Bill. So you say we're talking about the Farm Bill, but we're going to talk about foreign assistance. And so I'd like to introduce, there's a group that person, and she's going to start with a story from our trip to Guatemala. And then that person is going to turn it on to the next person, and she's going to say, okay, well, that story is important. I'd like to bring out some of the facts and figures of how hunger impacts kids in Guatemala. So that's the facts and figures person. Okay, so you sort of got the idea. Everybody's going to have their own little specialty in that group. Got it? So we'll be doing pages 4, 5, and 6 all through April. And at a certain point, we're going to be breaking up into groups, probably not on the 4th, probably on the 11th. And I'll put some of you in one room, some of you in another room, some of you in another room, and you're going to practice. And then the next week you're going to practice, the following week you're going to practice, and then we're going to go. Got it? Okay. Questions? What if you get nervous? Everybody gets nervous the first time they're gonna play, first time they're up to bat, first time they go into. But when you come out and you're successful, you're gonna feel so good about yourself. You're gonna say, I killed it and I can do anything now.
You could get pizza right out.
You would get pizza right after.
Yes, there is pizza in the Senate.
There's one.
You can't eat pizza the same since Guatemala. The cafeteria in the Senate has a wide variety of food.
So,
Yeah.
like here, it's like very diverse, because they're all diverse.
So you two went for the first time last year. Could you kind of talk to Kevin? Yeah, like, were you nervous?
Yes.
Yeah, locked in, man, you gotta lock in, lock the fuck in.
Oh my gosh.
Can you breathe? Can you work it out, right?
Yeah, you know, my kids think you should be.
No, for a cat.
I'll try.
Honestly, it was just,
You're crying?
Yeah, probably.
you just said you're not coming there, to nice people out.
I really want to,
You could do it.
You would get kicked out with the securities.
Yeah.
Mount up to big. That's what it is.
So I think,
I wanna do that.
so Gabby said a really important thing. If you're prepared, you can be confident. You can bring in like a 3x5 card that has your main points on it. But you're gonna know it so well that you can just talk about it.
I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Brain.
We got a month.
Don't say that.
So what's the movie too, where they could bring?
The reading movie is the 5th, I think,
Oh,
Wait.
April 5th, 6th.
It's
Why not talk to you?
mistakes.
It's already out. Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah.
Let me see, do I have to watch the?
That's great.
Oh my God, yeah, you didn't see the movie. The information. So no teacher has taught you about mother reading?
I just. We got that, we had that class on.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we didn't. It was just like
That's a.
the first year, our freshman year, like she talked about her. We learned about her.
That was a really cool.
Something, you remember that? See that?
Okay, you're a freshman.
I'm a,
You were a freshman when you took it.
yeah, I'm 14 years.
No. You're going backwards.
Yeah, I'm 42.
Faith, what was it like for your first time last year?
I was nervous, like everyone like was like scared, no one wanted to go in, but like, they're all like young, so that's nice, like they're literally like 30 tops, all the people we met with, so they're like chill and young, and then like, no one's recording it or anything, you literally just sit down like this, like I think it seems intimidating, like you're standing up in front of people, you just sit like this, and this is actually exactly what we did. You're just talking to someone that's like 30. And then like you have each other, so if someone like, obviously if someone starts to like screw up, like someone else intervenes. But like you're not alone, so like, yeah.
If your brain goes blank, somebody
Someone
else can
should say
jump in.
something, yeah.
And Janae, you've done it quite a bit.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. But yeah, the room is basically a table you sit around. The room is definitely smaller than this room. And it's relaxed, and I mean, as we're practicing, we can trade off points of like, all right, these are your points, these are my points, so we all have them, just in case somebody kind of gets tripped up or blank. So, okay, it's more of a conversation.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be giving you some like phrases that are like, well formulated phrases that you can plunk in, okay? So you won't be, walking on. Yeah, breathe, just breathe like that. Just breathe.
Yeah.
I think it's this way, like you're in charge of that, we left. So like, I mean, if you screw up, it's the end of the world, we screw up.
Yeah. There's only been one person in the 15, 20 years I've been doing this that we call resting bitch face. we got here like 3 years in a row, and she would just sit there. Just like that, just like, you know, you wanted to like poke her in the eye. Everybody else was like interested and really enjoyed. I mean, most of the people they meet with are like my age. And to meet people who are like their age, you know, they really like it. So you're good. Oh, Cheryl said, can you share your experience?
I wasn't on.
Huh?
It was good. I was nervous when I first did it, but then like, I thought it was gonna be talking to the center himself. But then when he sent he was very like you said, he was young, he was understanding, he seemed just that, honestly, the moment I started talking, I stopped caring about being nervous and actually started caring about what I was trying to get across. So I feel like when you get there, it's time to talk about it. Just go over it and make sure you study what you're saying. Don't just go from your head because you're gonna get nervous. So just make sure you know what you're saying, you're trying to articulate it and then go from there.
From the heart, not the head.
Yeah.
This is again when you Guatemala, I'm
Got it, you got it. Go.
If you fail, you're never allowed back.
Imagine you're talking, we're at the.
That's the other way to do it.
No, like, it's just a bit like we're in discussions in Guatemala.
You just said what discussions?
My lord.
Change that.
You really.
They're talking about like right now.
No.
No,
Discovering right now.
Is there any comments in the
How much of it?
chat?
Dominique said better nutrition helps children
That's
develop.
perfect, Dominique. Excellent. Okay, let's see where we are. I'm just going through this to see what I might have talked about. So we're going to do that next time. We're going to give everybody a role. Oh, so this would be Kevin. So if you're the leader, these are some of the things that you would talk about. You'd say what Cabrini University stands for. Hi, have you ever heard of Cabrini University? Oh, you have? Okay. Let me just fill you in on some background. You probably heard that we're closing, really sad that we're closing, but this is what we stand for. What do we stand for? Mother Cabrini is the patron saint of immigrants. Cabrini University has a lot of kids from other countries. We educate kids who are often the first generation who went to college. Like their parents might not have even gotten through high school. These kids are going to college. That's what Cabrini is like. It's a university focused on social justice because we've seen injustices in our neighborhoods and in our lives. And when we went to Guatemala, and we went to a mission in Guatemala to learn about the lives of a low-income community that has been making progress. So when we hear on the news about, everybody cursing out Guatemalans for coming to the United States and that they're evil people and they're rapists, that's not what we saw. We saw good people, hardworking people. So you see what I'm doing? You're talking from what you saw and experienced. And we learned about their values and we learned about, the school they built. We learned about the healthcare, the hospital they built, the jobs that they have. We learned about women's rights. We learned about all these things. And we know we have firsthand experience, not what you see all these people blabbing about and hating on people who are immigrants. So you've heard all the negative talk about people from Central America. Do you know, I just learned this today, that if you took all the Latino, Hispanic people who are in the United States now and put them all together, so a bunch of you are like that. If you took all Latino, Hispanic people and put them together in the United States, that would be the 5th largest economy in the world. The 5th largest economy in the world. If you just took everybody who has a Spanish background, put them together in the United States, be the 5th largest, so larger than, larger. So it would be United States, China, India, whatever the 4th one is. And the 5th one would be Spanish-speaking people in the United States. Think about that. How can anybody disrespect a group that makes up that much of the economy of the United States. Where would the United States be?
I said we can find that land and we go.
What would you say?
I said we go all there to that free land. We can make our own economy.
Yeah, but sometimes. But
Mm-hmm.
isn't that insane?
I mean, you could just.
What? So in the New York Times today, there's an opinion piece that I got this from, so I'll cut it out and send it to people. We only see Jay-Z's picture. Is the camera off?
Take Texas back.
Now they can.
Now they can.
Mhm.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, I was amazed when I saw that. It's wild, isn't it? And how can people be so disrespectful?
I don't think it was like that.
Yeah, I mean, they think that, you know, people coming to the United States are freeloaders. They're making the country. Don't get me started. So if you saw the Mother Cabrini film, you would see the people, so the United States started with English people, and started with natives, but it started with English and Scottish people. Then the Irish came, and the Irish kind of were hated by the English. But then the Irish kind of become, you know, more establishment, and they took over like all the mayor positions and, you know, the bishop positions in the Catholic Church, and they became the establishment. And there was, they wanted to keep out the people from Southern Europe, Italians, and Eastern Europe, Polish. And so when the Italians came with Mother Cabrini that time, the Irish hated the Italians because they thought, the Irish thought that the Italians were bringing down the culture in the United States. They were dumb and they smelled and they were greasy and they ate garlic and they were for the Pope. And they were going to make the United States into a Catholic country. So she was the lower class fighting against the establishment, just the way we see immigrants now fighting against the establishment. So that's why she really is an inspiration. She did, and so the movie is about her fighting the people in power so that she could help the people who are on the outs. And for me, it's just such an inspiring movie because there's so many parallels to what we're seeing now. And who knows, you know, 50 years from now, what other group is going to be coming and they're going to be despised and rejected the same way. And going on today.
Education in the heart.
Yes, yeah, that's what she believed. Okay. Okay, we're done. It was abrupt. So we're going to be here on April 4th. April 4th, next class. What's his name?
John.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny. Johnny. Yeah. And yes, he is tough. So don't mess with Johnny.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let her mess with Johnny.
Uh-oh.
No. So he's coming. So he'll give you some real practical advice and he can give you tips and he can give you contacts and his people. I will be watching from my little black box up there. Ray's gonna be here. Are you ready, bud?
So, just so we go over things for